Firstly, I'd like you to do some revision of your key quotations from Dulce by Wilfred Owen. You can see on the screen the three key words for our key quotations: beggars, choking and lie. I'd like you to have a think about what the fuller quotation is and write that down. You'll be able to check it on the next screen, and ideally link back to where they occur in the story, what the story of the poem is, and see if you can write down the 5 W's. So in this session we're looking at the poem Ozymandias by Percy Shelley, the one about the broken statue that is of the king whose hubris, his self-confidence and his arrogance over time have been forgotten, and nature has eroded away the remains of the statue. So the poem Ozymandias is based on the Egyptian king Ramses II, and you can see on the screen some images of statues of him. As we know, the poem is about power and how that power over time is forgotten and taken over by nature. Have a look at the link on the screen below to help you understand a little bit more about the context of the focus of the poem. I met a traveller from an antique land who said, "Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that its sculptor well those passions read which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed, and on the pedestal these words appear: My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains. Round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bar, the lone and level sands stretch far away." So jot down now the 4 W's. Who is this about? When? What? Where is it set? As much as you can remember to explain the story of the poem. So what you're going to do now is you're going to write up an analysis of the poem, including the 3 key quotations as a minimum, but also trying to obviously bring in other parts of the poem into your analysis. On each screen you've got some help, some prompts, some starting points, but where we want you to develop the comment on the key quotations in purple, we want you to think about the images being created, the writer's intentions, any little links to relevant context. Don't overdo it though, don't force it. The theme, how the theme is being reinforced at various points. So obviously the main theme is that of power. So where are we seeing that power? And is it human power or is it nature's power that we're seeing? So have a go at the first part of the analysis up to the line of the shattered visage. Okay, so now that you've finished analysing the story of the poem and the language that's been chosen, you're now going to wrap it all up by saying why this poem has been written, what the message of this poem is to the reader. And you're going to link that into obviously the main theme about power and nature and man, and try and make it very concise. So have a look at the next screen for some sentence prompts to help you formulate that, and then the screen after for an example of how you might start approaching it. Okay, so you've finished your analysis, well done. And now just to wrap up, without looking at the poem, test yourself on your 3 key quotations, write down what you think they are, and then just check that you've got everything there that should be there in the quotation. And test yourself in terms of the meaning. What would you say about each of those quotations, and how do they link in with the story? And this is something that you can do from time to time, just checking each of these and making sure that you have something to say about them.